environment for all creatures. In the 1st century BC, Virgil, a Roman poet and visionary, cautioned, "Before we plow an unfamiliar patch, it is well to be informed about the winds, about the variations in the sky, the native traits and habits of the place, what each locale permits and what denies." Even Jesus appears to have been a most militant leader in his time, leading Jewish opposition to animal sacrifice. In 100 AD, Hero of Alexandria was experimenting with solar-powered pumps. And around the same time, Plutarch was teaching vegetarianism that profoundly influenced the 19th century American transcendentalists and abolitionist leaders, including Ralph Waldo Emerson, Louisa May Alcott, and Henry David Thoreau. In 1500, Mughal Emperor Akbar the Great established zoos in cities throughout India, and at the entrance to each, he posted the message, "Meet your brothers, take them to your hearts, and respect them." In 1666, Japan's shogun promoted an elaborate system of woodland management, and in 1730, the original tree huggers were 294 men and 69 women of the Bishnoi branch of the Hindu faith who died while trying to protect trees from foresters. I had a remarkable experience this week. I had a tour of the Grand Rapids Public Museum's archives attached to the old structure on Jefferson. There's an artifact team that's formed, working with Site Lab and students and Art Prize, and they've initiated a project to renew interest in a vast collection of treasures, so long hidden from public view. A group of us were charged with picking out one single item from the thousands, tens of thousands, of relics, to write a story or construct a poem, to craft an image, to post on the World Wide Web, and to pique others' interest in this wonderful resource. Well, I hadn't taken 20 steps into that first large windowless room, and I saw my subject staring me straight in the face with its large, deep brown eyes. It was the bison from the old diorama. It's hard to describe the physical reaction I had. Overcome by the remnants of this brute intensity, this fearsome wildness, possibly speaking to my own, it touched something deep inside me. And as I continued the tour, my bison followed me through aisle upon aisle of human creations, historical displays of inventiveness, skill, craftsmanship, curiosity, playfulness, vanity, sense of adventure. I was struck by the profound contrast. On display were both our capacities to envision and create, and to delude and destroy. I was seeing it all through the eyes of the bison, standing there, stuffed by the door. This keystone species of the Western Plains, whose role in their ecosystem impacted the health and survival of the plant life and animal life around them. And we took them to the brink of extinction, diminishing their population from 30 million to just over 1,000 by 1890, altering the entire landscape. He was speaking to me, not just of despair, but of hope, that we can pull back from the brink of our own destructiveness. But in order to create solutions, we must have a profound understanding of the problems, which are now of global proportion, and of ourselves. July 6th was the anniversary of Silent Spring, Rachel Carson's visionary book on the dangers of pesticide use. She's been referred to as the mother of the environmental movement. I don't know if you know the significance of the title, but through a rigorous and thorough scientific approach, she presented the connection between DDT and the death of songbirds, thus the eerie silence of birdsong normally heralding spring. Amazingly, as an environmentalist just pushing 60, I just recently discovered her, and what a joy and inspiration she has been to me. Hers is a remarkable story of what one brave and determined person can do through scrupulous scientific research, reason, a large dose of courage, and poetry. She confronted the giant chemical industry and succeeded in spurring a reversal in national policy, leading to a ban of DDT and other pesticides. Further, her victory inspired a whole grassroots environmental movement that led to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. But arguably, her greatest gift to us was her scientific and poetic ability to share her own childlike wonder. She introduced people around the globe to the fantastical mysteries of the natural world, explaining complex biological and chemical processes, concepts of ecology and conservation, and to the human forces of destruction that threaten them. She wrote, "We stand now where two roads diverge, but unlike the roads in Robert Frost's poem, they are not equally fair. The road we have long been traveling is deceptively easy, a smooth superhighway on which we progress with great speed, but at its end lies disaster. The other fork of the road, the one less traveled by, offers our last, our only chance to reach a destination that assures the preservation of the earth. We have proven our unlimited capacity to do harm to the planet and everything on it. We are becoming the ultimate invasive species, with the ultimate victim being ourselves.